Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to the channel. This video is all about putting LEDs into a guitar neck. I was fortunate enough to find this old neck in my mum's shed, and the fretboard had already come away from the neck through dampness, moisture, or whatever. So I went ahead on eBay and purchased these strip lights, and inspired by DR.Nerd, link in the description to his channel, where he put LEDs in his guitar, but he just put stationary colour. I think it was red. I wanted to go one further and make them flash and do all kinds of other things. Why, you ask? Because why not? You know? Because just why not? Anyway, so these are the LED lights. They're a little bit different to DR.Nerd's ones. They are remote control, and the strip itself is actually really thin plastic, so you can actually fold it and bend it and stuff, and it doesn't break the connection, which is really handy. So here we go. So that was me offering up the LEDs, figuring out where they're going to go, and then obviously drill out all the fret markers, because you want the lights to shine through those holes. I could have done this a bit neater actually, but this is a prototype, so don't be going and getting your knickers in a twist over what I'm doing here, because like this, for instance, I had to channel out a channel here for the lights to sit so that the fretboard will go back nice and flush. Would have been nice to use a router even, not a router, a router, but don't have one, so I used a chisel. A bit of manhandling, but anyway, you get the idea. So now I've done that, I am just offering up the LEDs, keep them flashing the whole time so that I know they're always working, and just basically offering up to the holes with a bit of gaffer tape. This is Gorilla Tape. It's really, really good tape. It sticks everything together. Just little strips there, and then sticking them down once I've offered them up into the respective holes. Like I said, you can bend this stuff, which is really, really cool. You still have to be a little bit careful though, and you don't want to bend it where the connection is, if that makes any sense to you. Every three lights, there's the connection where you can cut it to length. You don't want to bend it on that bit, because that can make it short out, which I found, but you can bend it anywhere else. It's really, really good. So I will put links in the description to where I bought these as well, in case you want to buy them. I think they were about £6 for 2 meter length, and that included the remote control and the power supply. I went for this kind because I didn't want to mess around with having to do stuff with resistors and stuff, because they're 5 volts and batteries, square batteries are 9 volts or whatever. This comes with a box to put your batteries in. It's big and bulky, but whatever. Anyway, so this is the process here, and we're going along doing all this, and then I've got to the end and I've cut it where I said, across the connection, and then I've just doubled back to do the last hole at the 12th fret. Taped it all up, and there it is, flashing away. I made sure that at 12th fret I had two the same colour, because I thought that would look better. And all the remote control works, and you can see you can change it to have just the green, just the blue, or just the red, or you can have it flashing, you can have it strobing, you can increase the speed of the flash and decrease the speed. You can change the brightness up and down. There's lots you can do with it. It's really, really cool for the money. Not sure how the remote control is going to work in a live situation if you wanted to use this, because it's a bit strange carrying that thing around. But whatever you set it to, it will always go back to that setting when you turn it on and off. So if you want it just all the colours on, every time you turn it on and off, it will just do those colours. If you set it to a flashy thing, it'll just always do that. You get the idea. So I'm just playing around with it right now. Bit too long really for this video, but anyway, so that was that. Next job up is to put the fretboard back on. Now I know that there's other ways of doing this. It's best to use a rubber tube. I know this, like an inner tube or something like that, and wrap it around it. I didn't have anything like that, so I used the gaffer tape. It worked a treat actually. Two clamps, a piece of wood down the middle, and then that tape, the Gorilla Tape, you can really pull on it. It just doesn't tear. It's really, really strong stuff. So I pulled it real tight, and it did a perfect job. So I'm happy with that. I've had fret issues, because you're gonna have fret issues, but nothing that I couldn't fix. The fretboard went down nice and flat. Really happy. And here it is all back together. This neck is in a bit of an old state, but like I say, this is a prototype, so I don't recommend doing this to your custom shop Fender people. Don't do that. So for the dots to fill in the holes, I went ahead and I used super glue, just clear super glue, cheap stuff from Poundland actually, and then some baking soda. So I filled the holes up with super glue, put the baking powder, sprinkled it on top until it dried, and then went ahead and filed it all down and sanded it. I did this because if you just leave it with the super glue clear, you can see the square LED in there and a bit of the tape, and it just doesn't look great when the LEDs are off. This way, it kind of hides them, and I'll show this at the end of the video with a bit more of a close-up. It kind of makes them look like normal fret inlays, if you like, almost, but still allows the light to shine through really bright. So that's what I did. And then just with a file, just filed them down, and then topped up the super glue again to fill in, because you get little pits and things like that. And then just kept doing that process until they were all smooth. And then sandy the whole neck down. Of course, any glue residue that's left on there, all off and stuff, ready for the finish. But like I say, this neck is an old piece of rubbish, really, so I didn't mind doing any of this to it. So once that's all sanded down, it didn't look too bad, actually. It's got a few cracks and stuff in it and splits, but nothing that's going to affect its use. I'm quite confident this is going to work. So just testing all the lights again, making sure all the time that they're still working before I go ahead and finish this, which they are. So the finish I put on this is a tung oil. It's a tung oil blend with resin. And it does give a really nice finish. You can just keep just layering this on, leaving it, buffing it up. I really like this stuff. It's really good. I've used it on a lot of guitars and a lot of repairs as well on guitars. And I actually went ahead and did this all over the fretboard as well. And it's come up really lovely and shiny and dark. I wanted the fretboard to go dark to bring out the lights more, if that makes sense. And here is the battery pack. It is quite big and bulky, like I said. Just for a minute, just trying to figure out where I might be able to put this, but it's not going to fit anywhere under the scratch plate. Obviously, I need to drill a hole for the wire to go through for when the neck butts up to that to plug it in. I decided to put it here, which is not intrusive when you're playing. That's how it ended up there. Anyway, so now I need to build a scratch plate, because this is a Telecaster. It's just made up of all the leftover bits and bobs I had lying around. So I had the scratch plate and a load of electronics. Nothing too expensive. I think it's just all kind of stuff you get in a Squire, that kind of thing. They're all right, and it was all easy job. Not going to show the whole process of that, but there you go. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to use my blingy knobs on this guitar because it's that kind of vibe. So I put the chrome plastic knobs on there. And there it is down, all good and all spanky. Yeah, there's Harley. Hi, Harley. Okie, so here's a close-up of the neck. You can see how the fret markers came out. Hopefully you can see this okay. Which I'm quite happy with, and the whole neck itself has actually come up quite nice. I'll just step away so you can see it, all of it. And the back looks like that. So the control box, I say the battery, where is it? There. It's So I just like doing it in the mirror. And it's got a little switch there to turn it on and off, and batteries are just in there. Like I say, it doesn't get in the way at all when you're playing. You can't even feel it's there. So here it is when it's on. And the remote control still works, even though the controller's inside the guitar, which is currently sat underneath the pickups. You can still work it by pointing it at the guitar, which is great. You get the idea. Obviously, there is a problem with interference, which you saw at the just a little while ago in that video. It is different on different pickup settings, which I'll show you in a second, and you can't hear it really when you're playing. But there are ideas to eliminate that, and I'll do another video on this. I don't think shielding is going to do it. I think what we need to do is move the controller, which is sitting right underneath the pickups, the bit that the remote control works, out of the guitar. So I've ordered an extension piece so I can route it outside the guitar and put it maybe where the battery is. It's only a tiny little thing like this. We'll try that and see if that works. If anybody else has any ideas, then please put it in the comments. If you've made it this far into the video, then well done. Alrighty, so I have no head. Anyway, so this is the flashing effect. So when I put it onto the neck pickup, it does this. And you can hear that click, 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 click. But when you play, it kind of drowns it out a bit. You put it onto the next position, and it's completely gone, which is lovely. I do have a little bit of a noise gate on my my pedal. I'm using the Harley Benton DNA FX GIT. Now going back to the neck, if you turn the tone down all the way, it completely goes. But then obviously your sound suffers. So put that back up. Middle position. Same deal. Next position. Different sound. Bridge. Almost gone. And then obviously if you do different things with the lights, if we put it onto a strobe, you get feedback. You can hear that. Again, if you put it on that second position, it doesn't seem to do it. Anyway, there you have it, my LED guitar Ocaster Bitso Frankensteiner caster. Anyway, obviously I didn't have to remove the fretboard, but if you want to know how to do that, then please do check out DR.Nerds video. I'll link it in the description, and he goes through how he does that, and how he does his as well, which is a lot more elegant than the way I did mine. Anyway, there will be another video to this because we're going to tackle that problem with the interference. Not 100% sure we can get rid of it completely, but if we could reduce it enough that it's not a problem. Although when I was using it on the live stream, as you saw in the video, it was okay. Do you know what I mean? But I will try it at a gig on Saturday, and I'll report back. Maybe have some video footage of that and see if it's okay to do that. Obviously, you can have it on just colours like that, and then there's no interference whatsoever, so you could just leave it like that if you want to, and just have it flashing on the stand before the gig or in the interval or something like that. Anyway, so there's not much more to say on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was an inspiration. I hope you haven't got your head in your hands going, oh my god, what's he doing now? Anyway, God knows. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch. Buy some merch if you wanna. All those things. Not much more left to say except peace. Till next time. Here's the jingle.
1, 2, 3, 4. If you like my YouTube show, hit like and comment and get involved. If you dig my vibe, then hit subscribe and never miss an episode of my YouTube show. Peace. Till next time.